Hi guys, welcome to the video. So in this session we'll discuss how we are going to develop application using front end with database connection. When you're going to develop any application, we need a database for storing a data, and in this we'll have 5 different steps by using 5 different steps. So these steps are mandatory when you're going to do some applications with database. Why? Because for creating a database, so we need to have some structure of a data. So based on that, it is going to represent your table. And when you're going to uh, develop a application, the data is very essential. So the data can be inserted with the help of insert command, and after inserting our data, we need to display the content with the display command. And so if suppose we need to update any data, existing data, we can use some. So we'll start with how we are going to create a database. So in this, so in the database connectivity, first we need to install a XAMPP server, and once we completed your process, we just go with the PHP myadmin, and from the PHP myadmin we may create table with the necessary column with respect to of your project. So that is very essential. So why I just given general idea about how we are going to connect with the front end. So if suppose I am representing any application with a specific project, so it seems to be very difficult to understand with the different projects, so that I just give a overview about general idea about how to create database. So first how we are going to make a connection, in the sense, so by using these variable connection MySQL. So this is the first step when you are going to create or when you are going to connect with the database. So this is the first command, MySQL connect host user. So user is a username and pass is a password, and name of the DB. Here the DB is created in the XML, so that is a PHP myadmin. So the same name it should be used with the name of the DB. So this is the first step in development, application development. And the next one, insert the data. So you just see these command. So the query insert into student, column 1 and column 2 is nothing but, so what are the columns you are going to represent for your projects, plus and the values reference for the particular columns. So after inserting your values, these need to be stored in a particular variable. So the variable name is called as data equal to MySQL query connection and query. So the connection is default. Why? Because the connection is a first variable that should be used for connecting your application with the database. So the query is a variable. In that query we are going to store some data. So this is the second step. And the third one, a display. How we are going to display? So in a SQL we already discussed in the data present in the database that can be displayed with the help of select star from the table name query. So here also we are going to use the same query equal to select star from data. So these data can be stored in the data variable data equal to MySQL query connection comma query. So the resultant data are if suppose we are going to store the data in a result variable, so the result is equal to MySQL and number of rows. So if suppose we are going to add 5 row or 5 data or 6 data or 7 data, that we at the time we can use some while loop for how many rows we are going to use. For all the rows we may use a while loop. So through the while loop we will get all the data from a table, and all the data can be displayed in the output screen through this select statement. So the next one and the fourth one is a edit. So here also we are going to do the same update. Sorry. So the update, here also we already discussed these terminologies. update from student set column 1 equal to column 1 and column 2. So here again I'm generally describing how we are going to update the table. So this is what I am representing in the query, and so this can be updated. The updated column updated variable should be stored in a data variable. Data is equal to MySQL query connection and update. So this is the way we can update. And the last one is a delete. So the delete is nothing but we are going to delete with the effective of ID. So for this I just use for your understanding, I just go with some simple simple design. So suppose you have some design. So the design has some text boxes, text box 1, text box 2. So these are the column 1 and column 2. So we may use the different types of buttons. So in the button 1 will have create and sorry okay I just add one more table, or sorry, one more button. So these are called you just consider this is like buttons. So here edit or update, and finally we'll go with delete button. So you just consider all these are delete. So when you're going to perform, or when you're going to do some action in edit, so you just consider here we are going to perform some update. So when you're going to do some update, so it directly calls the this query and it perform their operation. And when you're going to delete, so here we will have some operations. So I just add one more thing. For a delete, we'll have some separate options. So we have already have. So when I click this edit option, so when I have this delete option, again it based on the ID what are all the, so when you're going to add these content from this text box, it creates some table. Sorry, you just consider, so this is by using these, so it creates some table in a database. So in this database we can perform some operations. So all the operations are depend upon the buttons present in the screen: create, edit and delete. So if suppose you are going to update, so we may select a specific row. So this is a row, so it can be edited with the help of ID. So again this is also edited with the help of ID. So once we may perform update, so that will be reflected in the table. So after performing update, if suppose we want to perform a delete operations, we may perform the delete operation with respect of these ID. So I just till now I just give an overview of how we are going to create a database and what are all the queries we are going to use with the database. So by using these small things, you can develop any kind of applications. Okay, thank you.